If you feel constantly behind, constantly rushed, constantly drained, it's not because you are incapable. It's because you're playing a game designed for a different era. The industrial age optimized efficiency. The imagination era requires originality. And you cannot think originally while sprinting constantly. This will probably irritate you, but the number one productivity scam everybody falls for is this: the belief that doing more makes you more valuable. It doesn't. It makes you more exhausted, more reactive, and more replaceable. And the entire modern work culture is built to convince you otherwise. So, today we're going to talk about the productivity scam that is quietly draining your creativity, your leadership capacity, and your life. A few years ago, I was working with a senior leadership team that prided itself on efficiency. They tracked everything: response time, output volume, hours logged. They were high performing, and they were also completely burned out. One executive said to me, "I have never been more productive and I've never felt less creative." That sentence says everything. Productivity had become theater, motion without meaning. Here's the productivity scam. You've been taught that busy equals important, fast equals effective, full calendar equals impact, and I bet you've also been told that immediate responses equal professionalism. None of these are inherently true. They are habits of industrial age thinking applied to the imagination era, and it's breaking people. Scam part one: speed over depth. We are rewarded for quick replies, but creativity requires slow, intentional thought. When you respond instantly, you eliminate incubation. The brain needs cycles to synthesize. When everything is urgent, nothing is meaningful. Speed feels productive, but depth produces insight. Scam part two: visibility over value. Many workplaces reward only what can be seen: emails sent, meetings attended, Slack messages answered, but creative breakthroughs often happen invisibly, during a walk, in a pause, in a moment of reflection. The work that we cannot track is often your most valuable work, but because it cannot be measured easily, it can be undervalued. So we stop doing it. Scam part three: output over outcome. We measure volume, not transformation, and we celebrate how much was done, not how deeply it mattered. You can produce enormous output with very little originality, and you can fill your days with tasks and never create anything meaningful. Productivity without creativity is maintenance, not innovation. Scam part four: hustle as identity. This is the one that will sting. For many people, productivity is not just behavior, it's identity. I'm the reliable one. I'm the one who gets it done. I am the hardest worker. But when your identity is tied to constant motion, you will resist stillness, and stillness is where creativity lives. So here's why this matters this year more than ever. We're moving deeper into the imagination era. AI can process faster than you, and it can organize better than you. It can summarize more efficiently than you. If your value is speed and output, you're competing with machines. But if your value is imagination, synthesis, and insight, you're irreplaceable. The imagination is infinite. Productivity culture prepares you to compete with AI. The creativity that's integral to the imagination era prepares you to transcend AI. Instead of chasing productivity metrics, try this. Measure clarity, measure your energy, measure the quality of questions, measure creative risk. Protect the white space in your calendar. Design movement into your day. Schedule recovery the same way you schedule meetings. Reward depth instead of speed. If you feel constantly behind, constantly rushed, constantly drained, it's not because you are incapable. It's because you're playing a game designed for a different era. The industrial age optimized efficiency. The imagination era requires originality. And you cannot think originally while sprinting constantly. The number one productivity scam is the belief that more activity equals more value. It does not. It often equals more noise. If you want sustainable leadership and creative capacity, stop chasing motion and start designing rhythm. If you want to see whether these habits are showing up in your own work life or inside your organization, I created something to help. It's called the Move, Think, Rest Audit Worksheet. This is a free, human centered SWOT analysis style worksheet designed to help you examine how your current rhythms of movement, thinking, and rest are actually shaping your creativity and your productivity. Here's the productivity scam that pisses me off the most: when we begin to equate hustle with our identity. For a lot of people, productivity is not just behavior, it becomes their identity. Does this sound like you? I'm the reliable one. I'm the one who gets it done. I'm the hardest worker. But when your identity is tied to constant motion, you are resisting stillness. And stillness is where creativity lives. This matters so much now more than ever because we are moving deeply into what I call the imagination era. AI can process faster than you, it can organize better than you, and it can summarize more efficiently than you. If your value is only measured in speed and output, you're competing with the machine. But if your value is in your imagination, synthesis, insight, you're irreplaceable. The imagination is infinite. Productivity culture prepares you to compete with AI, but your creativity that is integral to the imagination era is preparing you to transcend AI.